What you're about to hear may shock you. There are 11 things that you should absolutely never ever do for a woman if you want to have healthy, mutually fulfilling relationships. I've compiled this list based on research, expert advice, and years of experience coaching men on dating and relationships. Now, before we begin, I want to be clear. This advice is not about disrespecting or mistreating women in any way. It's quite the opposite. By avoiding these 11 critical mistakes, you will be able to connect with women on a deeper level, earn her genuine interest and attraction, and build relationships based on understanding and respect. So if you're ready, let's count down the 11 things you should never, ever do for a woman. Number 11, never put her on a pedestal. It's easy to look at an attractive woman and imagine she's perfect, a goddess, an angel, a princess. But when you worship a woman by constantly complimenting her, professing your undying devotion, and acting like you'll do anything for her approval, it never inspires admiration. It actually kills her attraction and respect for you. Why? On a deep evolutionary level, women are wired to seek strong, confident mates who stand on their own 2 feet by fawning over a woman and elevating her to an unrealistic pedestal. You broadcast neediness and weakness. You set the frame that she is the prize, not you. This dynamic erodes her ability to look up to you as a secure masculine partner. Without that polarity, her feminine desire for your masculine essence, her arousal and attraction begins to wane. She may enjoy the initial ego boost of your praise and gifts, but soon she starts seeking that missing spark with someone else, often mistaking her loss of respect for you as falling out of love. So if you cherish a woman, by all means, tell her, but do so from a place of balance and strength. Never worship her so loudly that you drown out your own inner worth and value. Keep standing tall on your own foundation, embracing your mission and purpose apart from her. This unwavering self-respect is what inspires her to earn your commitment, not the other way around. Number 10. Never agree with everything she says. As tempting as it is to nod along with her every opinion when you're infatuated, this kills authentic communication. Healthy relationships involve open, honest exchanges from both partners, not just blind agreement. So why stifle real intimacy by holding back your true perspectives? That old trope of happy wife, happy life has it backwards. Research shows couples who communicate freely and challenge each other respectfully enjoy deeper bonds and satisfaction. See? Women crave an emotionally strong man who knows himself deeply. When you echo her views like a yes man, you cheat her of understanding you on a core level. She can't fully trust feelings that aren't anchored to your real beliefs and boundaries. And on a visceral level, your inability to disagree flags you as an emasculated nice guy, not the masculine made her instinct seek like the pedestal. Too much acquiescence inadvertently repels her over time. So speak up. Debate and disagreement handled maturely builds authentic intimacy. Don't confuse blind loyalty with love. Help co-create true understanding between you by sharing yourself fully and honestly. The biggest relationship mistakes are still ahead. Stay tuned. Number 9. Never hide your masculine essence from a woman as our forefathers knew. Women profoundly desire men rooted in their primal masculine energy. But modern society often conditions men to cloud this radiance for fear of offense. Don't make this mistake. Neutering your perspective and decisiveness and a misguided attempt to be sensitive profoundly backfires. Like number 10, you deny a woman the gift of feeling your true strong self. So stand tall in your warrior energy. Speak from the heart with conviction. Yes, even disagree and debate her at times. Be decisive and own your preferences instead of passively deferring. Face adversity and conflict head-on rather than flee. This channels the primal masculine life force energy that ignites feminine arousal and attraction. By courageously dissenting from her polarizing differences and standing your ground, you allow sacred feminine energy to flow into her and dance in union with your clarity. The next few mistakes may be hard truths to hear, but they're so important. Number 8. Never overtext a woman, especially early on. In our digital age, texting often feels like the easiest way to advance a budding can action. But when you text excessively, or make yourself too available, it reeks of desperation. The ultimate attraction killer. See, women intrinsically value men of purpose and intrigue way who stand apart from the crowd. But men who text constantly, reply instantly, and rush to lock down future plans signal they have nothing better going on than to hover around her digital presence. She begins to associate you with feelings of annoyance rather than excitement. You become the bothersome nice guy blowing up her phone, not the mysterious stud tickling her curiosity. Even if she entertains the attention at first, she'll quickly tire of mundane conversations leeching her energy, so play some hard to get. Don't anxiously pounce on replies or obsess over crafting clever texts. Limit yourself to setting dates leading to real-world intimacy. Your purposeful restraint builds desire and intrigue much more than digital dependence ever could. Stay tuned, gents. The last few mistakes will separate the men from the boys when it comes to dating success. Number 7. Never validate a woman excessively, especially with superficial compliments on her appearance. Doing so raises the same red flags as the previous mistakes. It screams emotional weakness and approval-seeking rather than high self-worth. You see, healthy masculine energy flows outward to give value, not inward to extract it. But men stuck in scarcity belief flood women with disingenuous praise to fill their own empty cups. She sees right through this covert contract, interpreting excessive compliments as attempts to manipulate credit with her. Even since her admiration loses its charm quickly when donor occasional appreciates and can make her glow with pride. But when you fawn over her constantly, you indirectly diminish her beauty as common rather than rare. Not to mention you train her ego to rely on external validation rather than self-confidence, an endless demoralizing cycle. She yearns for a man already overflowing with pride and purpose, who highlights her best traits, his special accents, not basic requirements for his attention. So speak your truth with self-assurance and let her qualify herself to you, not the other way around. All right. Are you ready for the worst mistakes that absolutely destroy your chances? Here they are, the fatal flaws you must avoid at all costs in dating. Number 6. Never let a woman walk all over you. As tempting as it is to avoid rocking the boat, allowing bad behavior slides down a slippery slope to getting utterly disrespected. And nothing erodes a woman's attraction more than seeing her partner as a doormat. You see, women inherently crave men with healthy boundaries, who will stand up for themselves. The masculine spirit knows when to draw lines firmly and say no more. But too many men fear the conflict of defending their rights, instead silently enabling mistreatment in exchange for scraps of affection. This not only breeds resentment, it signals you don't value your worth, and no woman can desire a man who kneels voluntarily rather than standing tall. She begins seeing you as a boy terrified to lose her, rather than a man with nothing to lose. Before long, she's seeking thrills with men who know their value and act accordingly. So if a woman attempts to shame, threaten, control, or disrespect, you speak up unapologetically. You teach people how to treat you, and emotionally strong men refuse tolerating abusing. Make no mistake, letting her cross lines without accountability kills her desire and earns her contempt. Demand the appreciation you deserve. The next mistakes may be the most important yet when it comes to long-term relationship success. Stay tuned. Number 5. Never ignore red flags or tolerate intolerable behavior just to be with someone. When infatuation blindness sets in, it's easy dismissing even deal-breaking issues as not so bad, but allowing dysfunction and toxicity to fester. For the sake of relationships, security is suicidal. See, healthy feminine energy thrives by reflecting back the emotional stability it finds. The more you tolerate poor treatment from a woman, the more her unconscious mirrors and magnifies that dynamic back onto you bit by bit. Mutually destructive roles cement until the relationship turns utterly toxic. Before you know it, episodes of mistreatment become your normal, validating each other's worst traits. Now caught in a vicious trauma bond, your sense of self-worth withers away in exchange for the euphoric highs between miserable lows. So no matter how strong your chemistry, casual intimacy, or history, refusing to tolerate the intolerable is non-negotiable. The moment a woman crosses established lines without remorse is the moment you must be willing to walk away, no matter how painful. Your dignity and self-respect always comes first. Stay with me, gents. We're over halfway through the list now. But these last life-changing pieces of advice will either make or break your dating success. Number 4, never rush prematurely into commitments with a woman. Early relationship energy can feel so intoxicating that labeling each other as boyfriend-girlfriend feels like the next logical step. But patience is instrumental in building bonds that endure. When you declare commitment too soon, you pressure delicate intimacy that requires time and space to unfold organically. Getting overly attached or pushing for definitions backfires. It conveys cleanliness rather than the self-assuredness women crave. See, feminine energy flows toward strong masculine essence that moves slowly, deliberately, and sticks to its principles. But needy energy grabs desperately at fleeting affection that then slips through frantic fingers. So calm those urges to lock her down into a relationship. Let trusts and connections establish roots over time through shared vulnerability. Allow her feminine desire to blossom and chase your purposeful masculine energy. If it helps, casually date other women so you don't become consumed by scarcity fears. Trust that if it's meant to progress into something serious, you need not force that destiny prematurely. Patience pays exponential dividends down the road. Now pay very close attention, fellas. The next 3 mistakes are by far the most damaging when it comes to dating success. Avoid these at all costs. Number 3, never lose focus of your mission and purpose over a romantic interest. When Cupid spellbinds you, it's tempting to obsess over your lover and neglect self-growth. But retaining purpose beyond the relationship proves foundational. Why women respect men on the rise, putting themselves first, not drops in the bucket living for others. Her hindbrain questions whether you'd stand tall without her support if you abandon your ambition so easily. See, women are drawn to men who align words with action, marching toward a vision greater than temporary affection. This self-sacrificing commitment demonstrates tremendous security. No matter storms that arise, you'll anchor unshaken by the chaos. But the moment you stray off course chasing her tail, you signal distress like a captain abandoning his sinking ship. Her attraction wane as watching your drive wash away so quickly into the whims of romancy. So stay true to your goals. Let your noble aspirations take priority over chasing feminine attention. Keep progressing, and she'll only desire you more as the man who can't be contained or distracted. The last 2 mistakes, or the cardinal sins, you absolutely cannot afford to make. So listen closely and protect yourself from these dating destroyers. Number 2, never neglect close friendships and family over a girlfriend. When you first fall for someone, it's tempting to channel all your energy into that one bond. But losing yourself in a romantic relationship often backfires. Independent men who retain priority friendships and family commitments attract women tremendously. Why? Firstly, it signals invaluable social proof that you're worthwhile relationship material respected by those close to you. But more importantly, refusing to compromise your deepest bonds demonstrates high self-worth. You broadcast unwavering standards. Any partner must complement your whole life, not commandeer it. This strength of conviction can't be faked. It either arises from a place of security or crumbles from neediness. See, healthy feminine energy respects masculine borders and finds freedom within appropriate structure. But dysfunctional energy consumes wildly without boundaries. If you cute off lifeline relationships, she senses the power to isolate and swallow your identity completely. So nurture your inner circle. This forms the bedrock for any romantic connection built sustainably on top the strong men women crave. Make their closest kinships a priority, not an afterthought. All right, my friends, this is the big one. The number 1 thing you should never do for a woman if you want long-term relationship success. Are you ready? Here it is. Number 1, never compromise your fundamental values or well-being for a woman. When infatuation sets in, you may feel tempted to transgress boundaries or tolerate mistreatment just to keep her content. But the strongest relationships allow both partners to walk their truth, unapologetically. If a woman truly cares for you, she'll support your non-negotiable standards because she wants what's best for you too. But the moment you betray core tenets of your identity, trying to appease her several dynamics shift. Firstly, you signal that earning her approval overrides your very sense of self. This exact mindset of scarcity and neediness actually repels feminine energy. She begins seeing you as a boy denying his soul rather than owning his worth. Additionally, you train her that tantrums and threats will coerce you into surrendering your principles, so she respects you less while wielding more tools to manipulate control. Before long, major decisions follow her agenda by default, a tyranny guaranteed to breed deep resentment. Finally, you fragment your own self-concept, drifting from the moral compass meant to guide you, and a strong masculine essence she can anchor to flows from men rooted firmly in their truths. So next time she presses you to compromise, stand tall on the conviction shaping the destiny you were made to actualize. A woman who diminishes those core values doesn't deserve their fruits in the first place. And there you have it, gentlemen. The 11 non-negotiable things you should never do for a woman if you value relationships built on authentic desire and respect. Now go unleash your greatest self. There you have it. The 11 critical things you should never do for a woman if you want to create healthy, successful relationships that empower you both. Now go out there and connect authentically without these mistakes holding you back. Confidently express your masculine essence and walk your path unapologetically. That's the mindset that wins her genuine admiration, respect, and desire. I'm entrusting you with this game-changing advice. Let me know in the comments how it changes your dating life. And don't forget to like and subscribe.